That should be better. Bugger, bugger, bugger. Anyway, I just went through my normal routine. Welcome you to the stream this fine Saturday morning here in sunny Brisbane, Australia. I was explaining I've got this blank, this deep, I think this was the deep diamond blue sea or whatever they call it. I'm going to practice on this shape. I did get your message, Brett, so that's what I was explaining before. Just let me check that music. We'll go that down, one with that. I'm going to have a practice on this one here for that shape and just see how we go with it. It should be okay. What I was saying before though was that to do the black, there's not a pearlescent, I don't think, in a black. I think they only do a carbon black. So it ends up being pretty much just black, like a plain black. So the only way you could change that to get a little bit of pearlescent or something in it would be to mix another colour in with the black, and then that's probably not going to go very well with the green malachite. So yeah, just have another think on that. If you want the black, I can certainly do the black, and we can do the black with the green malachite. It just means there's a bit of fabrication in the handle because we've got to separate it by the sizes and the colours, and then bond it all together into one again so that we can turn it to what we want. That can be done, but just be mindful that there's a bit more fabrication, and like I said, the carbon black's the only other issue because it will end up being just a black in with the green malachite. So, but yeah, we can do that if you want. So I'll leave it to you. Have another think about it. If that's the way you want to go, then we can do that. And if not, then we can play around with it until we come up with a solution that you're happy with. But in the meantime, I'm going to have a play with this one here. I do have to be fairly sharp today because I do have an SES appointment for 12:30, and it's going to take me about 3/4 an hour to get there. So I need to sort of pack up a bit, maybe an hour and a half to an hour and 3/4. I need to sort of shut the stream down. So if we're still going on this, then I'll have to stop it, and then we'll continue on with this when we come back on Tuesday night. So hey, anyway, that's the update. Yeah, I've started again, mate. I've gone through all the spiel again. I'd set everything up. I got everything set up beautifully, perfectly as I wanted. I even adjusted some of the cameras to get the exposure correct. I put the microphone on, set myself up, and I never turned it on. So, what can I say? Anyway, we're all good now, and I'm going to get started on this while you guys pick up the chat there. No problems at all with the black, mate. You just let me know what you want, and we'll take it from there, eh? Okay, let's get started on this one, eh? So I'm going to put, I think with the dark blue, I think tuxedo is going to look quite nice in this one. So I'm going to go with a 30mm tux in this one, and we'll see how that goes. So I've already squared up the end of the blank. I'm ready to drill my hole. So we'll start up the lathe, slow it down a bit, and I'm going to probably go in about 17mm for this one. Slow it down a bit more. And that should do it, hopefully. We'll soon see, won't we? Now it will need dug out a bit as well. So that's 28mm Forstner bit. And these tuxes need quite a little bit larger for them to fit. So we'll have to turn this around now. And we'll go in with our smaller skew, speed it up a bit now. So that was 28. That's a 30mm hole. So I'll take about there first. And we'll see how we go with that. We might need to take a little bit more out. So slide that out the way. And we'll just give that edge a little round over so it's not sharp. And then we'll try this. That's lovely. Look at that. That blank's come loose in the chuck too, so I'll need to tighten that chuck. Just let me check the loft now. Probably a little bit high. So we'll go in a little bit more. So that little collar there is just a piece of cardboard tube, and it just helps keep the knots round. When they come out the boxes, they're kind of square. I've probably mentioned that one before, I think. Right, I'm just going to take another little bit out of that in depth, because it's just a little bit too high for my liking. We'll slow this down again. We'll see how that looks. Take this back out so I don't do what I done the other day and smash my elbow on it. Speed it up again and go on and just take that little bit out. Like that. And we'll give that another blow. Take that away. And we'll see how that fits now. That's better. Right. Okay, we'll tighten that chuck up as well. I put it in the chuck yesterday, and obviously it's compressed it a little bit. I should have really checked it again this morning, because it shouldn't. It's lovely now, nice and tight. Okay, we can start doing a little bit of shaping, eh? So we'll bring that in, get about there and there, and we'll bring in the live centre. Anyway, so as I was saying, welcome back to TF Custom Shaving Brushes Workshop. My name's Tony. How are we all? All good? So Amber's busy getting ready for another upcoming show. That's good. Yeah, I do try and get them back to round before they go out, but occasionally some are a little bit square. But they do eventually, once you've used them, they do go round. Okay, let's go. Let's get this show on the road. Now it's getting this one's a tricky one, Brett, although it's a fairly simple shaped handle, but it's a tricky one in getting the proportion right from here to here, and then still allowing yourself enough to get hollowed in here, and then leaving that rounded section on the bottom with a little undercut in it. So I have made this shorter. I normally make my handles about 68 to 70 mil long. This one's 60 mil at the moment, so it's 8 mil shorter, which is a lot in a handle, especially when you're putting a 30 mil knot in it. So we'll see how the proportion of that goes, and then we can base everything off of this for year one and making sure we get it the right sizes. That is unless you've got access to get the sizes, and then if you can get the sizes, I can work to those sizes, see? Or is that just a photograph that you liked off the net? That top section is slightly bigger than slightly longer than I normally make my top sections as well, to try and get that look on the bottom there. So I might just take a little bit more off there. Proportionally, that brush doesn't quite look right to me, but you know, that's everybody's got their own likings and dislikes. Right, I might take this to the other camera now. So we'll cut to there. We'll keep the air handy, we're going to need it. Well, chubby handles are normally around about 55 mils, so they're not too much smaller than this. Right, now we need to set the bottom. So you can see there it is starting to take that chubby shape now, and you can see how much waste I've got left compared to what I normally have. I normally have very little left on there, but I've got a fair bit now, and that's in the chuck by about 7-8 mil. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have to round over that bottom section, and then obviously reduce this band here, and that's going to get rounded. Like that. We'll probably go in a little bit more there. Now we're going to round this over. So I'll take more out of there. So we get that round. And as you can see, right, now we'll put a little bit more carve in that shortly. So you want the top of that flatter. Okay, that's no worries. What we'll do is we'll go in there and we'll just take that and make that flat. How's that? Now we need to go in and make that a little bit more hollow there. Now that picture, let me just have a quick look. And it needs to be flatter on the top too. You're showing that flatter on the top as well. So I think that's going to be all right there. Then we need to put a little there needs to be a little cut in there, which is a strange one really, but anyway. Tool's too big. Right. So we'll have a look at that. I may have to flatten out the top a little bit and go in again with the That's actually round, mate. Well, roundish. Looking at the picture. But we can flatten that there. That's probably more like it there. Yep, that's probably more like it. We'll leave that, we can flatten that a bit, and I think now all we've got to do is flatten the top, which means I'll need to drill a little bit deeper as well. So we can do that, that's no problem. Just to get that. That one's got a fair bit of clear in it too, actually. So we'll flatten the top, more like the picture. And that's probably better on the top. Now let's just check what that gives us as far as loft is concerned, because I may have to drill deeper. You can see we've got a lot of transparent in through there as well. Right, see what we've got here. Yeah, it probably needs to go in just a little bit. So we'll do that now, whilst we can. Slow the lathe down, not quite that slow. That should be fine. Take that out. Speed it up. A bit more. That needs to go down a touch. Now, there we go. It's all not, I can tell you that much. It's all not. Okay, so that's not too bad there. What do you think of that shape, mate? It's pretty close, eh? Okay. No, sanding. Probably a little bit too fast, so we'll slow that down. Your wish is my command, sir. How's that look now? Okay. And you happy with the diameter of that ring there as well? Because it is quite prominent on that picture that you've sent me. When we go to do the other one, it'll probably be nothing like this. Anyway, all good. We should be able to get it fairly close. And if this one doesn't sell, I'll have this one to work off anyway, so it's all good. Actually, I think I'll throw them away and get new ones. Right. So how long have we been going? 39 minutes. Somebody keep a track on the time for me in case I get carried away, because I do need to, I can only make this stream about an hour and 3/4 long today because of my SES obligations. So this is where all the time goes, it's the sanding. I watched that last video back and I could probably chop, just out of the dry sanding alone, I could probably chop about 40 minutes out of the video if I was, if they weren't live, you know. Just in sanding, on dry sanding, and then I could probably save another, I don't know, probably another 15-20 minutes just in wet sanding if I was to if I was able to edit the video. So the videos would come right back in time, so they weren't taking up so much people's time if they were recorded and not live. But then we lose that live interaction doing that, so but it helps to know what's going on and where the time's going and how you can do things, so I'll be keeping an eye on that from here on in. Oh, we got Grey Dog. Welcome back, Grey Dog. We got Razor. How are you, Razor? You starting a new movement, Razor? Brett. Or Grey Dog it was. Live streams matter. Sweat hanging off my eyebrows. And I see you've seen the picture of all the synthetics and badger brushes that I put up on Patreon, which will be, you know, going up for sale. Bit of a collection, aye. And I don't think I put the last one in, and then there'll be this one to go in. Plus there's a few more, and then that'll be us. Then we can get on with more customer ones again. And then we'll lock in a couple of casting streams as well. Again, and then see what else we can do, eh? Keep this top flat, so we'll flatten that there. And then we'll just round that little edge there. T-Man, how are you, buddy? There's, we're getting the whole crew in this morning, aren't we? The whole gang's in this morning. These are all ganging up on me. Right, that'll do that one. We get the whole gang in, and I've got to call this one short at an hour and 3/4 because I've got state emergency services commitments this morning. So as soon as I get finished here, I had a shave this morning, as you can see. I had a nice pleasant shave this morning. Used my little synthetic and that I made years ago. And what was the soap I used? The lime. I forget whose soap it is though, but it's a lime mix one. And once I'm finished here, I'm going straight in, have a shower, and then I'm in my SES gear, uniform, and then I'm out, gone, for till about later on this afternoon. So something that I committed to with the SES a few weeks back, so it's a community engagement, so actually, Brett, it's a funny shape actually. Like I said, it's not too difficult a shape, but to get it looking quite right, it does take a little bit of tweaking. But again, it's a shape. I didn't quite like the shape initially, but it's actually starting to grow on me now that I'm looking at it shaping up. And with the big knot in it, it's sort of, it'll give it another look again. I mean, that's a 30mm tux that's going in it, so it'll give you an idea what the rhodium's going to look like in it, although the rhodium will probably stand up a lot more and not sort of fan out as much as the 30mm tuxedo will. Different type of knot, different shape knot. And I take it you got that picture I sent. I can't remember seeing that in the comment in your reply. But you got the picture of the knot I sent that I have in stock, the 30mm one. I've got a few 28s, tuxedos, but I only had that one 30mm left, so it's got your name on it. Okay, that's that one. The only thing I might be a little bit concerned about is the size of the blank, because you need a lot of, mind you, these are resin, so it's not the same as having a timber one, so we should be fine. The resin's a lot stronger than the timber is when it comes to holding the rhodiums. But I just want to try and leave as much meat around the top of the handle as possible with the rhodiums. Well, out Ipswich way, Brett, they're still actually repairing, they're still going out, the SES are still going out and carrying out roof repairs. And that storm was what? That's over a week ago now, a week and a half ago now. And they're still fixing people's roofs. And obviously the insurance companies have had the assessors out. Some of them have got tradies rocking up, but yeah, they're still attending jobs. State Emergency Service from that last storm. They reckon it's been the worst, it was the worst storm to hit this area of Brisbane in 25 years. And the hailstones were, they were noted as being giant-sized hailstones. They were 130 millimetres, so 13 centimetres round. That's how big the hail was. Let me put these back to there. Yeah, just streets and streets and streets. You drove down them in the SES vehicles, and every house that had solar panel on it, the solar panels were smashed to bits, as well as the roof tiles. Roof and iron was even dented and in some cases smashed, cracks, so it leaked. It was mainly concrete tiled roofs that copped a bashing. But just hundreds and hundreds of homes, aye. Probably thousands actually, because it took in quite a big area. Ipswich is a fairly decent sized area on its own. And it smashed a few other suburbs other than Ipswich as well. So how are we going time wise? Nearly an hour. So I'll need to do the cleanup either later on today in the shed here or tomorrow. It needs a clean up. There's shavings and streamers everywhere. Da 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 da. It's better. Well, we'll do the wet after this. We'll see how we go after that. It's got a lot of clear in the top of this one too. So I don't know whether I should darken down the plug. I might do that actually. And we'll see what happens there. Give my forehead another wipe, my eyebrows. Oh, hit the camera. Right, so we'll put them back over there out the way for now because we will need them again. Well, we may need them again today. And we'll bring over the fresh bowl of water. And the pads. And we'll see how we go, eh? Yeah, this one will go up for sale on the website, but I'm just trialing this shape for bread on a handle, just to see if we get it pretty close. And I think we've nailed it. So just bear with me a tick, fellas, guys and gals. I need to try and find something. There we go. And I might go black actually. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go round. Let me see what the other end of this is. Nah, probably the other end. So you can't see what I'm doing here, but I'm just going to take that really light colour, and let me go to camera 3 for you. So instead of having that really light coloured plug, what I'm doing is I'm toning that down. So when it goes in the handle, it's not going to look as noticeable, because the handle does have a fair bit of transparent in it. So this will just allow us to see the transparency, but it won't show that horrible light colour through the top, through the side, I mean, of the top section of the handle. So now we'll just leave that. Now these brushes are used by quite a lot of wood turners over here in Australia. A lot of them use them on wooden spinning tops and stuff like that. They are a permanent, and that'll do us. That's all I need to say. So see how it's toned that right down. So when that goes in here, we're not going to see that as bad, that white colour, when it's actually sitting in the handle. So I'm giving away tips and tricks here. That these pens are not cheap. They're quite expensive. They're called Tombow, and they're a dual brush pen. So on one end they have like a brush tip on them, and on the other end they have like a normal marker type tip. And you can use them for colouring. I mean, like I said, a lot of people use them for colouring spinning tops for kids and stuff. But they're very, very good. You can get them at most craft shops. And as you can see, you get different colours. So I've got a 2 colour range there. So that's the primary, this is the primary palette colours, and then this is the secondary palette. Okay, so you can mix these as well. You can mix them on things, so they're pretty good. Okay, done with that. We'll put them away for now. But you can colour a lot of timber creations with them too. That's what's good about them. Not just spinning tops. I mean, they can be used for lots and lots of other things too. You know, you might want to do the rim of a vase, or you know, on the edge of a little platter, or, and then you can put a finish over the top if you want to. So they're good pens, and most decent artist shops will have them. So you can see that band there. What will happen now is we'll actually see more of the colour that's actually in there as well, like the blue and the clear, and we'll see more of that now that I've blackened that out. I mean, even on your pens, Amber, you could use it on your pens. I mean, we could use it on shaving brushes too. If we've done a timber shaving brush, then we can colour it with a pen, or colour parts of it with a pen, even. We might do that in a stream, eh? Do a timber brush, do a bit of colouring on it with the pens. I am going to do a segmented pen, wooden pen as well at some stage, just a simple one to start with. I'd like to at least get this wet sanding finished in this stream if we can, before I have to call it quits. So let's see how we go, eh? And if we can get further than that, then great, but if not, we'll finish this one on Tuesday night and then start the next one. Yeah, so it's not chunky like a chubby, this handle, Brett, but it's actually, it's like I said, the shape's actually growing on me. I didn't like it initially. I think you heard me say that at the beginning of the video. Or was that when I had the mic off? Can't remember now. But it's growing on me, but it's small, definitely smaller in size than a normal, one of my normal brushes. Yeah, you could put another sort of like a V groove in the bottom there, near the bottom. Yeah, that could be done. That's easy enough to do, mate. You just have to remember me at the time, but I dare say you'll be watching the stream when we go to do it anyway. So just, and like I said, hopefully this one doesn't sell before we make your other one. So I can base it off this one as well. I will clean up the inside of that socket a little bit as well, because I can see a couple of lines inside which are just, you know, drill marks and tool marks as well. So we'll give that, but I'll use the old pads for that. So we might get it wet sanded, we might get it turned around, but I'm not sure that we'll get any more than that done today. We'll see how we go though. Still got a little bit of time, another half an hour or so, and then I'll need to call it quits. Because by the time I shut everything down, cameras and lights, and turn the compressor off and everything else off, it'll take me a bit more time again. So I'm really being pushed for time this morning, to be honest. But it's all good, we'll get there. Hopefully. In the stream, everybody's gone. We must have lost Razor. Grey Dog's still here, Brett's still here, Amber's still here, so everybody else is gone. T-Man's gone, Brett's Razor's gone. What's going on? We had a full team and now we've got half a team. And we're on the way. Yeah, Sam sent me a little message the other night saying that he's in the heat of his exams now, so he's hoping to be back once he gets through his exams. So we'll get Samuel back. Right, last 3. Oh, damn it, just spilt my water. At least it went over the back edge and not over the front edge where the electrics are. I'm going to have to get a tray, something I can clamp on there, because I've done that a few times. Oh, so Grey Dog, I thought Grey Dog was still in, but, oh right, okay. Grey Dog must have dropped out, but I think we've still lost T-Man and Razor. Not to worry. No messages from YouTube today, it's just saying excellent condition like it done for most of the stream last night, on Thursday night, other than its stupid messages it kept sending me saying it was getting too much data. But our internet did go down later that night. It went off completely. So I sent them a rather nasty message. Right, second last one. It's probably still spinning a little bit fast. That's better. Jeez, it's definitely, I got the name right on the video, it's definitely got a lot of sparkle in this blue. It's deep, well that's what it's called actually, Diamond Deep Blue Sea I think. But yeah, she's pretty sparkly, shimmery sparkly in that lower section of the handle, and the top and the, as you can see there and there. It's lovely. Last one, the wets. And then we'll just give the inside of the socket a little bit of a touch up as well, I think. Just to make sure there's no lines in there that are going to be seen once we drop the knot in. When you get down to these grits, it hardly feels like you're doing anything, aye. But you still get dirty water off it, you know, so it's obviously still working. All right, I think that'll do us. For now anyway. We will have to come back to wet sanding. So we'll stick that over there, we'll lay these out so they get a little bit of a chance to dry up a bit. I'm doing this because I want to make sure, before I go back to the supplier, that I've taken care of them, and I want to see how long these ones last, because these ones have only done a few handles thus far. but they're still in one piece. They're starting to get a little bit loose, but right, now we need the, actually we need the other ones because I've got to do that socket, don't we? So use the old ones for that because they get pretty cut up when you start going in the sockets there. So we'll use the old ones for that. We can find a piece that's suitable. Actually, I should probably go in with that first. It's just in that clear section I want to get a little bit cleaner, if we can. So we've got about another 20 minutes before I have to call it a day. Yeah, I'm a bit like that too, Grey Dog. I've got to be in the mood, aye. And you're more creative and you get more done when you're in that frame of mind and in the mood. I mean, there's some days, like I had a guy sent me a message about a brush, getting a brush made, and I replied and I said, yeah, we can do that. You know, blah, 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 blah. And then a week later I get another message, you know, what's the time frame? And it was sort of, you know, I don't know if he was putting pressure on me or if it was just, you know, he was just wanting to know roughly what the time frame was. But I don't like giving people time frames because I like to do it at my pace and in my time. And like I said, I feel that that's when you get the best and when you're more creative on getting it done, you know. Anyway, that's my thoughts. And that's how I like to work it. Yeah, one good turn does deserve another. There's actually a YouTube channel, I think, called that. One good turn deserves another turn, or something like that. Deserves another, yeah. Yeah, that's looking a bit better now. It's amazing, just that little bit, it just makes a difference, aye. Oh yeah, I've seen your post for that one, Grey Dog. Timber that came from the church. Now, I'll be able to show you what that brush is going to look like in there now. You know how you could, when I put it in before, you could see that sort of white line and behind the transparent. So I'll let you see what it looks like now with that glue plug being blacked out. I mean, I could have used a blue, but I didn't have a dark blue. And because the rest of the bristles from the bottom up are black, I thought, well, I'll just go the black. And what it should help do is it should help enhance some of the colour that is in the transparency with the black behind it. And that's much better. Okay, I'm happy with that. So we'll lay them out now, just to, I mean, they're pretty screwed anyway, but they're handy for doing that rough stuff like that. Rather as waste my my good ones. Okay, we'll get a paper towel and we'll dry that off. There's still a little line in there, but I don't think I'm going to get that one away. Right, so you can see the top-down shot there. So let me get the tuxedo now. If you remember when I sat it in before, in the beginning of the video, you could see that definite whitish ivory, that light-coloured. But now, when we put that in there, now I'm going to have to get that line out because that's showing up. But as you can see, it darkens that down now, so we've not got that so much transparency in that defined line where the blue and the transparency finishes. I do have to get that line out though, so that's going to be a little bit more sanding, and then once the glue goes in, it will take some of that away as well. So, but as you can see, it does look better than seeing the colour. Okay, all right, so we can turn that round now. I think I'll just give that a bit of a wipe with that rag before we too carried away from the water that I spilt before. That's good. Stick that over there. Yeah, I think we can take that. Oh, still got to get that tidied up in there. I don't think we're going to get much further, guys, because I do have to tidy that right up in there. There is a definite line there that I want to try and get out. Yeah, it's going to take a bit more work, this one, because that line in the very bottom there is going to have to come out. So we're not going to get too much more done in this stream before I have to go. Which is a pity, because I would have liked to get it a little bit further. But them's the brakes. If I don't get them out now, when we glue the knot in, you're going to see those lines. And I don't want that. Yeah, mate. Another few minutes and we're done. It's getting there, but it's going to take a little bit more, just rub. And then I'm going to have to hit it with the wets again just to get the finer sanding marks out. I might do a little bit offline, and then we can open up the stream on Tuesday night with this one, whether I do the reveal then or whether I finish it off then. We'll see what happens, see how I go time wise. Nearly there. Once we hit it with the wets, and I might get a bit of that abrasive paste in there as well, just to give it a little bit as well, because I think that takes it to about 5 microns or something. But I think I've got the deepest part of the line out now anyway with a sandpaper, or I will have in the next one. We might call it at that then, and we'll come back to this one on Tuesday, eh? We'll let you fine people go and enjoy the rest of your weekend. All good. So we'll leave that there. give myself a blow down. And we'll call it a day. So good, people. Thank you once again for your time and your dedication to my channel here and watching my videos. Much appreciated. Thanks for being stayers, not like Razor and T-Man who shot through. I'm sure they got good reasons. But anyway, guys, thanks very much again. We'll see you all on Tuesday night, 6 o'clock my time here in Queensland, 7 o'clock your time down in the southern states, I think, 7 o'clock. So yeah, I look forward to catching up with you then. So again, stay safe, take care, don't do nothing I wouldn't do, and we'll see you on Tuesday night. Thanks once again, Cheers.